Hi guys, I'm Matsudani and welcome to the first episode of 3AM Talks. Now, I know it's just the first episode, but we are starting with quite a bang. The first guest on the podcast is a niche but famous person in the comedy scene. She's been a comedian, writer, she's a supremely avid reader, she has been a teacher with Teach for India, and she runs a super cool thing known as the Grim Revolution, where she organizes comedy shows. And above all, she's my good friend, Shreemayee Das. Hi, Shreemayee. Welcome to 3AM Talks.
Hello, Vatsal. Thank you for having me. So exciting.
Yep. So you're the first guest on the podcast, and we want to start it on a fun note. Now,
Yes.
I don't know if it will be just a fun note or a mean note or what, but yeah, the first episode is going to be about you and I discussing the list that we've made of things, people, and habits of people that annoy us. So, do you
Okay,
have your list
great.
ready?
Yeah, I have my list ready. I don't know if I should feel like happy or not that you thought of me when you wanted to be mean, but I'll just take it as a compliment.
I mean, you are definitely the first person that came to mind. Disclaimer alert. Do you want to go first and then we can just alternate it?
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing, I mean, a lot of things really annoy me, firstly, and I think I just want to start off with my disclaimer, which is that I feel that I used to be much worse, and as I grow older, I think I'm trying to be a little better and a little less judgmental. But some of
Okay.
these things still annoy me. The first thing on my list is rain. I hate the rain. And living in India and living in Bombay is not like it's not a great place to be if you hate the rain. But I can't function on days when it
Mhm.
rains. And earlier I used to just hate the rain, and now I hate people who like the rain.
Oh, okay then.
It really annoys me if people message is like, "Oh my God, it's raining! It's so exciting!" Just like I would either leave those groups or not talk to those people for a few months at least, like till monsoon is over.
I do agree that it's romanticized a little too much because I am someone who hates rains as well. I mean, the back of the jeans. I mean, that is filled with the thought
Oh,
of it. Just not getting an auto in the rains.
yeah,
Rickshawalas having the audacity to say no. Like they won't
yeah.
take you when you're getting drenched.
And the
Uh,
fear that the train will stop or that you'll get stranded. But even that, I'm just like, if I'm in a dry place, I guess I'm still okay even if I'm stranded. But just walking on the road in the mud and everything is muddy and disgusting. Uh, and it's like there's no joy in life.
I think that's honestly an unpopular opinion that we have about the rains. So I'm pretty sure like this something like this would not make the list of most people that something that
Yeah,
annoys them.
yeah.
So yeah, that's one way to start our annoying list. Um, the first thing on my list is, and I really like it really gets to me, is people who interrupt you. Like it is just I don't know, and it's not just that people who interrupt me. I will get annoyed when people interrupt others as well. I mean, most of my things on the list are not in order, but this one definitely comes first. Like
I was waiting for you to finish before I say anything.
yeah, I've just subtly let you know how the podcast should go on.
Yeah, I think you've laid the rules quite clearly. I don't think I've ever noticed people like interrupting me or anything. Um, but I can imagine it would be annoying, like,
Yeah.
especially if it happens in like a professional setting or something, which I know it happens to other people. I guess I just don't talk enough to get interrupted. That's one way of like dealing with the problem. Just don't talk, then no one will interrupt.
So we've got things going. What's second on your list?
Okay, I hate it when the bathroom floor is wet. I guess this just comes from a lot of privilege. I guess a lot of people can't. complain about this. But yeah, I hate entering a bathroom if I know that the floor is going to be wet, even if I'm wearing slippers or whatever. I can't
Okay.
deal with it. So like when I used to live in a PG and I used to share a bathroom with like four people, I would wake up early so that I get the dry bathroom floor. Like
Hmm.
so I would wake up at like 5:30 a.m. because everybody had to leave by whatever 7:30. So half an hour slots. And so my slot was 5:30 a.m. I would wake up at 5:30 a.m. even in like cold Delhi winters.
Okay.
Finish taking a bath, whatever, and then at 6 a.m. I would go back to sleep for another hour or 1.5 hours or whatever, just so that I could get a dry bathroom when I had to go to the
Okay. This is something I have uh, got a taste of only after moving away from
bathroom.
my
Yeah,
house and all. Okay, like now I have realized how important it is to have a dry washroom and stuff. And just like you, so what I do over here is that I am the first one who's going in. I don't want a warm toilet seat. I don't want a wet
yeah,
bathroom. So I need to be the first one. And the other
yeah.
thing is that I don't know, sometimes again, this comes from a certain amount of privilege that you didn't even notice that these things were an issue.
Taken care of at home or
Yeah,
something.
over here, when you
Yeah,
have to take care of it yourself, that's when it becomes like a problem.
yeah, yeah.
So my second thing on the list, I think even this comes kind of second on the list, is that people who reshare stories on Instagram, the stories that they've been tagged on. I have a serious issue with that.
I know
Now, I
that.
maybe I must have cursed you as well in my head, but the thing is that okay, I don't mind a single reshare. Now that's where it gets a little. I get a little particular into this. Is that if it's your birthday, if it's your wedding announcement, if it's your wedding, or if it's your job, whatever you've been promoted and stuff, if your friends are doing that in celebration for you and you have reshared it, the first time you have conveyed the information to the world. Okay, why do you have to share 13 more times? Okay, and the worst is when I'm not even making this up, this was fairly recent. There was someone on my Instagram. They got engaged. They shared, I mean, their friends shared this one picture because that was the proposal picture. And that person shared it 15 to 20 times the same picture, just shared by other people. Okay, so now what are you? After the first one, the point has been conveyed. After that, you are just showing that I have 15 friends who care enough about me. That is what just
But
gets to
that
me.
is the whole point of Instagram. To just show people that my life is better than yours, that look, I'm so cool.
But showing that you have friends is not even a flex.
But I mean, I guess why people do it. Like everybody would have written something nice, and then you can't share one and not share the others because that's just rude.
I mean, yeah. So in fact, I was talking about this to someone, and they said that, oh no, that is a way to extend their thanks to those friends. And I said, now we have to thank people publicly. Like, are
Yeah.
we? Is that where we are at right now?
No, I don't think it's a. I mean, I don't think of it as like a way of saying thanks or something. But it also helps with engagement or whatever. No. So I understand where this hatred is coming from, but
Yeah,
I'm just like I also get because that's the whole thing on Instagram where people are a little like they have to blow up these kind of things, and the whole point of otherwise they wouldn't even announce on Instagram, they wouldn't even say on Instagram that hey, it's my birthday today. The idea is that more people know, and like what a weird flex to have that hey, it's my birthday today. Like everybody has a
yeah.
birthday.
I don't know. It just in fact, the thing is that the more you're explaining it, it seems more problematic to me.
Okay,
The
sorry. Okay,
whole
fine.
thing.
I won't do it. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. Social media, there are lots of things on social media that bother me, but this is just
Yeah.
like, I feel like this is a very harmless part of it. So I'm just like, it's okay.
So yeah, that is my thing. That's a serious problem. But anyway,
Wow.
what's next for you?
Okay, so it's actually not the next one on my list, but because we are talking about social media, and I feel like I've defended social media a lot. I'll just add one thing that really annoys me on social media, and that is when I know someone personally, and I know how they behave or how they talk or whatever, but on social media they're a completely different person. I cannot tell you how much that bothers me. And like I went through a phase when it actually bothered me. Now I'm just like whatever. It annoys me a little bit, and I'm used to it. But when I first started using Instagram and Twitter, I was just like, "But this person doesn't talk like this. This person doesn't say this," and I would spend days wondering that like what's happening over here and why are they behaving like this. Um, and I hate it. Like my brain just can't comprehend that you can be like try to be two different people on
Yeah.
on social media and in real life. And I'm sure we are all a little bit fake on social
Yeah,
media.
true, true.
And again, that's the whole point and whatever.
Hmm.
But and I'm sure I also do it. But when I can see other people doing it, oh my god! I don't think I can be friends with people who do it.
Okay.
Like I'm just like you, like if I unless I see that you are authentic on social media, like I don't think, I mean
Yeah,
not like
true.
that, but I'm more like if I'm friends with somebody and if they are not authentic on social media, then I it will bother me, and at some point I will have to be like, do I still want to be friends with you?
Yeah, but I have a question. That is the other personality that they take up on social media, is that a little towards trying to be funny, maybe?
Yeah, but I mean even if it's not, like whatever it is, it will bother me. Because I'm
Okay.
just like, then who is like, who are you actually? Like, who do I
Yeah.
know? Is this who you are? Or or maybe is the social media person who you really are, and then I don't know you in real life. I mean, this is only
Mm-hmm.
it only bothers me for people I actually know in real life,
Yeah.
because obviously, like celebrities and all, I don't know what they're like in real life.
Yeah.
So it's like I have no way to compare.
Hmm.
But this is only people I've met.
So my next one
Yeah.
is a, I'm pretty sure it's a me thing. Like I'm saying it already. It's a me thing. It's not them, it's me. But I really get annoyed with dogs.
Oh
They
my God, I
bother me.
love those.
I know they love you. I know a lot of people love them. But the thing with dogs is that they have no boundaries. They don't know that they should not lick guests who have come over. And I and the thing is, I don't know if you've noticed it, but smaller the dog, bigger the menace. Smaller dogs are so loud. They have issues. And the thing is, a lot of people say, "Oh, dogs are caring, loving this." That dogs are so needy. They demand so much attention, and it's a family thing. My mom hates them. My dad doesn't like dogs. They're like, "Oh, they lick so much. They're so this, they're so that." So that's one thing I agree with my parents. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow, what an unpopular opinion.
yeah.
I
But
love
yeah,
dogs.
dogs.
I think what most people like about dogs is that they can, they love without boundaries, and it's very I mean, whatever, liberating, and it's a nice experience to have because it's so unconditional.
But yeah, dogs is. I knew when I was putting it on the list. I knew, okay, you know what, this might just before a good comment comes on my YouTube channel, I'll get a hate comment.
Yeah.
But
Also, I'm like not agreeing. So like any
yeah.
hate should not be directed towards me. I love dogs.
Anyway, what's next for you?
Yeah, for me, what's next is I really, really hate paneer. And I think again, this is something you and I are not going to agree with. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, in general, I like all vegetables. I have no problem with eating vegetables. It's not like, I'm one of those non-vegetarian people who don't like vegetarian food. I love vegetarian food. Uh, Especially Bengali vegetarian food. I like it, it's really underrated. Everyone thinks we only eat fish all the time, and we do, but we also eat really good veg food.
Mhm.
But this paneer is one thing I absolutely cannot stand. I will eat I will eat like all kinds of like whatever karela and spinach and whatever you give me, I will eat. But I cannot eat paneer. It tastes like chemical rubber. I mean, it has no taste of its own, and most people make it with some like tomato base, which is even worse. Um, and Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. And I don't like you if I go to a restaurant and people order paneer also it pisses me off. I mean it doesn't piss me off. I'm just like, God, you don't make me.
Over here, paneer is my only thing. Like I make so many paneer related dishes, and that is my flex. I send pictures to my parents and see I made this paneer ki sabzi.
Wow,
And
I can't. I mean, yeah, don't send it to me.
okay.
I don't mind
Wow.
palak paneer once in a while, like once, twice a year. But
Dude, but
other than that,
you are choosing the worst of the lot. There are so many better
no,
paneer dishes to
I
choose
like palak. I think so.
from.
I'm okay with having palak paneer. But otherwise, oh my god.
Anyway, what's next on your
Yeah,
list?
what's next? I really hate it when people are late and they are late. So, like you said, I've stopped hating on people. So I think now I have started. But yeah, like I am, I really, really, really hate it if I have, especially if I have to go out and I have to meet somebody and they are late without informing, or like at a show or something, if people are late. It's one of the things I hate the most about doing comedy shows, because there are always people who are late, and I understand where it's coming from because we've all been late, and this is Bombay, and there's like crazy traffic, and everything is dug up. But I'm just like that part in the middle of the show where I mean not before the show starts where I finished setup, but the audience hasn't come as yet. Like the entire audience hasn't come as yet. That's the part I hate in a comedy show. I'm just like I put on music that I like, and I'm constantly stressing, but it's just like it's the worst part of the day for me. Or if I have to go out and meet somebody and I don't know what time they'll be reaching or something, or they've said they'll reach at a particular time and they haven't. I'm just don't make me do it.
Yeah, but in fact, to add to that, of course, being late is a shitty thing to do, and you should respect someone's time. But I hate it when people are not even sorry about it.
Yeah,
It is their reality. Like, okay, this is how I
yeah,
am, and
yeah.
oh man, I know a few people who think that they have no control over them being late. Dude, you can do something about it, but you
Yeah,
just don't want to.
yeah.
So yeah,
I think
those
now what I've
things.
started doing is if I'm meeting somebody, then I tell them that you either text me when you've left home or you send me a live location when you've
Oh
left home.
yeah.
The live location is really convenient because then I actually know exactly where they are or when they've left, and then I can plan accordingly. Even then, I reach early to most places. That's a problem that I only have. That I always reach early to places, meetings, whatever. But
Mhm.
that live location has really helped because then I'm not going and standing for half an hour randomly somewhere. I have at least some basic control and idea,
True.
which is great. And
Yeah.
then I also do it for other people because like obviously I don't want them also to like wait for me or
Yeah. So that's the thing. So it is I think the way the world works, people who are punctual are going to suffer, come what may. Okay. Like if you have a friend
anything.
who runs late, you are obviously suffering. But the thing is that if you are making the friend wait, you are
Yeah,
suffering in that time as well.
yeah,
They
yeah,
are
yeah,
okay with that. They
yeah,
are
yeah.
completely
Oh my
okay with the
God,
situation.
I'm so like I hate it. I have so
Yeah.
much anxiety if I'm late for something. Just like I'll like yeah, it's really bad.
In fact, so this is a people related thing, right? And while I did say that I'm done hating people, I do have one thing, and which is actually the last one on my list because sometimes it really bothers me, and sometimes I'm just okay with it. Uh, it's when people don't reply to messages. Like it
Oh,
is
oh wow.
I now sometimes I feel like okay, I am old enough to not be petty about it. But the thing is, I respect and I accept delayed messages. I'm okay with that because, of course, we're not kids. Everyone has a life, but to not reply at all. And I'm not talking about a high stakes kind of a situation where your crush is not replying to you and you are in a fight and the person chooses to not
Hmm.
reply. That is absolutely wrong. That is so you
Hmm.
should reply in that such a situation. You shouldn't leave someone hanging. But I'm talking about even daily regular life. I mean, everyone deserves a reply.
sometimes you click on that notification and you're like, okay, so this is what he wants to talk about. I'll reply to this in some time. And then it's 7 days later, and now you can't reply to this saying that, hey, just forgot about it for 7 days.
Are you someone who doesn't reply too often because you're just justifying it and
I
you're going
am
deep
I'm
into
quite
it?
bad. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not I mostly I'm okay, but if someone asks me something that I don't want to talk about, I just don't reply. I think for me, it doesn't bother me unless the other person starts saying things like you don't keep in touch and you don't, you don't call and you don't message and we've not met for days. And then I'm like, hey man, this is not cool. This you can't do.
Yeah.
You either
Mhm.
reply and we meet or whatever. And if you're not doing it, then you're not doing it. Then don't pretend like
Mm.
you want to meet me and all.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to not meet. there's no need to there's no need to then be like you don't keep in touch and you're not a good friend and all. That I absolutely hate.
Mhm.
That you can't do.
True. In fact, you know the whole thing of you don't keep in touch and stuff. I think again, this is not as much about the people. It's a thing that we are wired as, but I hope we weren't like that. That we force a lot of relationships. Like even if the expiry is gone, the expiry date is gone, we
Yeah.
think that we realize it too late and we'll keep telling them, hey, you know what, we'll keep in touch. Let's meet. But the thing is, see, if you wanted to meet, you would have given a time and a date. It's like euphemism, right? Like the friendship is gone. And it's okay. We are old enough, things happen, but you will
Yeah.
still keep saying that, oh, array, we'll do this. And because I know, in fact, I know, not friends, but I've had people in my life who, after a certain point, I've known, okay, you know what, like, I think I'm never meeting them again. And
Hmm.
that's completely okay. And that says nothing about them or me. It's just that, okay, like we
Yeah.
have other things happening in life. So I feel that I get annoyed with this forced thing of, Arey, we'll do something, let's catch up, let's do this. We are just forcing it a lot of times.
As you said, at some point you just have to accept that every
Yeah.
relationship has an expiry date, or as some products like after the expiry date, it's just not going to be as strong as it was earlier. And
Yeah.
you'll probably still say hi, hello, and you don't hate that person, and you still will wish them on birthdays or whatever maybe. But
Hmm.
they're not going to be the people you call when you are stressed and upset.
Yeah. Wow, this has taken a turn now. Like we were
Yeah.
getting annoyed with people, and now we are justifying their lives that it's okay. Everyone has shortcomings. We are all imperfect, and
Yeah,
life makes
well.
us sad and dull.
Always.
Uh, but I think that's a good space to wrap things up.
Right.
And I have honestly, like, I was having a great time making the list, and I had an even better time talking about the list.
Same, same. I didn't realize how many things I hated till I
Yeah,
had to make this list.
exactly. Like I actually had to, like, remove things, take things off
Yeah,
my list, because
yeah,
the question always was that how much do I hate it? Like, is it enough to talk about on the internet? But yeah, so
yeah.
it
It's always
was,
enough to talk.
of course, there's not enough hate out there.
Yeah,
So
sure. Why don't we add to it?
yeah. But yeah, thank you, Shreemayee, for being the
Thank
first
you
guest
for having
on
me.
my podcast.